I'm back. I don't know what happened there. My laptop just decided it had had enough for tonight, I think, and gave up on me. Anyway, I am still going to craft. I want to finish this card and then I've got one more idea I want to share with you. So let's get back to it. I'm hoping that everybody who was on the last one has found this one, because that's the thing. Once a live has stopped, you can't restart it. You have to do a second one. So if you are here, say hi. Hey, Karen. Right. Glad you've made it. So sorry about that. Don't know what my computer was playing at, but I'm going to carry on and I'm going to finish making this card. So I have got my card blank. I've got the layer that I embossed using the Birch 3D embossing folder. And I'm going to liberally coat that with Tombow. And I'm going to stick that onto my card blank. So this is it's going to be a very similar design to the first one that we did, just stepped up a bit. So I've got my embossing folder, then my sentiment, which I've stamped using Berry Burst and Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to use Tombow on that as well and stick that flat onto my card. Sticking it probably a little bit lower than I would normally stick something, but I'm remembering that I've got the flowers and everything that are going to go round about. So looking to see how I positioned them last time, because, you know, something works. But actually, let's deliberately do them differently this time so that we can compare them and see which is best. Let's use these. These are gorgeous, gorgeous little sprigs. Put that there. Let's have this lovely greeny one there. One of them there. I'll save that for inside the card. That's the thing, I've kind of gotten in the mood to do that now. The little yellow ones are quite cute. And then, actually, I do that there, and then that, like that. That maybe, actually, that's too big. Let's put this little sprig down here instead. What do we think? Think that looks all right? I think so. Hey, Linda. Oh, you're in YouTube now. Oh, but that's good. It means that I can see the comments from YouTube. Thank you. I've got Julie as well. So remember, these are the ones done on acetate rather than basic white cardstock. And as I stick them down, I realise, well, not obviously, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see the foam pads, the dimensionals, through the washi tape and the basic white. So while I think it is useful to be able to put them onto window sheets if you can, if you needed to for some reason, I actually think it's better putting them onto the basic white cardstock, because then you've got a white background that you're playing with and you don't see anything through the washi tape and through the flower. So there you go. Pro tip. Also, let's face it, basic white is cheaper than window sheet. So it's probably more cost effective to stick them onto basic white rather than putting them onto window sheet. It does give it a slightly shinier, glossier feel to them. But yeah, I think for future cards that I make, I'll just put them onto basic white rather than onto window. last sprig, and then these last two little flowers. Like that. And slightly further up. There we go. Right, inside of the card decoration. I'm not going to use Tombow to stick down the window sheet ones because I don't think they would stick as well. So I'm going to use some tear tape. Stick that on just a little sprig on the inside. And then decorating the envelope. One of the things, I've taken a whole load of photos and I'm going to get them put onto my Facebook page tonight. I'll do it after this video. But I received lots of really beautiful cards for my birthday from my fabulous friends. And I have taken photos of them and I will put them on my page. And many of them had decorated envelopes. So they are clearly far better crafters than I am. There we go. So that's with the decorated on the inside, the decorated envelope. So we've got the strawberry slush and flirty flamingo version, and then we've got the berry burst and Lost Lagoon pretty peacock version with the embossing folder. Which do you prefer? I like them both. I like the simplicity of this one, and if I had just seen this one, I would say, yeah, that's fine. But then just putting the embossing folder behind on this one, I think it just gives it a little something. They talk about a stepped up card. Do you have a preference? Let me know which one you like best. While you're thinking about that, I am going to prepare the ground for what I'm going to do next. And we'll see how long it takes for one of you clever clogs to figure out what it is I'm going to do. It will not take long at all, I am sure, because you're very clever. See. So. Got a black card blank there. Stepped up one is more your colours. Don't blame you. Right. I thought when I first got this bundle, do I really need the stamps as well as the dies? Because I love the washi tape and the die goes with the washi tape. Why do I need the stamps as well? And I think I do need the stamps because the washi tape is beautiful and has beautiful colours, but sometimes I want to do colours my way. And sometimes I actually don't want colour at all. I want metallics. So what I'm going to do is I am going to emboss this. And we're going to see how this works. So Before I start, I'm going to use my embossing buddy, because this is black card, and black card can show up every tiny little speck. So let's rub that over the top. There we go. Beep. Next, I was trying to decide between gold and silver. I think I'm going to go gold. If it looks good, then I can try another one in silver. But for just now, I think gold on black is gonna be the way forward. So let's make sure I have completely inked this up using Versamark, of course. Then press this down. Press it down really well. It's a big stamp. Arguably using my Stamparatus for this one might have been a good idea. But we are where we are. Right. It's, oops, a daisy. That's not gold, that's copper. I don't want copper, I want gold. It's a very old gold embossing powder. That's the thing with embossing powder, it lasts forever. And I really should buy some new embossing powders. But while the old ones are still going strong, I kind of don't want to. Look at that. Gold on black. Classic. Let's put away my embossing powder before I get my heat gun out. If you have ever heat embossed, then you know what it's like when you've still got the lid on your embossing off of your embossing powder, and you use your heat gun, and all of a sudden you've got embossing powder absolutely everywhere. That is not the look I am going for here. So this particular set, so we do sell the tray, which comes with the tray, the brush, and the tweezers, which I am about to use as well. Every last bit of embossing. This is why my embossing powders last so long, because every time I use them, I make sure I get every single last little drop out. But you can see that tub. I mean, can you see that tub? Actually, show up to this one. You can see that tub's maybe about, only got a third of it left. And that's old blue Stampin' Up logo. I've had that for 10 plus years. Right, lob it to one side, and let's get the heat gun out. Right, wait and see as this changes. It's gold and shiny and fabulous. Love it. Right, going to clean off my stamp. Even Versamark, I want to make sure that I clean it off. Versamark obviously is a very sticky ink, which is what makes it perfect for heat embossing, because the powders stick to the ink. But it also means if you leave it on your stamps for too long, your stamps become very sticky. And I don't want that. So Let's put this back in the box. Yeah, watching the embossing powder change, it's a special kind of magic, isn't it, Karen? I had so much fun at that heat embossing class that I did with you guys. It was a wee while ago now, but we looked at lots of different heat embossing techniques and we made some lovely cards. And yeah, heat embossing is just magical. I love it. Right, so now that this is heat embossed, let's get our die and let's cut them out. So I have lots of different ideas for using this stamp set with the die, and the gold embossing is just one of them. I have other ideas that I will try in due course, but I'm conscious of time, and I'm also aware that we had that little IT glitch partway through the video as well. So I'm going to finish off this card and then show you the other ideas another time, because I don't want to be greedy, don't want to waste your time. Not enough? Yes, I do just have enough to do a layer. Oh, just a no more. How about that? Let's use the birch embossing folder again, because I really do think that just adds a certain something. It's that stepped up version, isn't it? Let's push this through. And this time I'm going to do, what colours? There's the question. I was still going to do this on white, if I can find my white in the centre with the parcel. I suppose I don't have to pick these colours. I could do any colours. Let's just go for Berry Burst and Lost Lagoon again, but I'll do the inverse colours to the ones I did last time. Just to mix it up a bit. I suppose I could have done the gold embossing onto the white, but I want the sentiment to really pop out of the centre. That's how I'm going to stick with it in white. We'll give this a try. We'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't work, we can go back to plan B, C, D. Got lots of letters in the alphabet for these plans. So feel free to weigh in with any ideas if anybody's got any good ideas for this. But at the moment, this is what we're looking at. On this way around. Sometimes I forget that I have embossing folders and I can go ages without using them. And then it's almost like I remember I have them, and I go through phases where every card's got an embossing folder. So I think we may be getting into an embossing folder phase again. You're just going to have to bear with me through this interesting time. Right. You see, as I'm putting this on, I'm wondering if the black and gold on the black background is too dark. I think the sentiment needs to be white or else it would be lost in the centre. What do you think? Is black on black too? Oh, I know. Now, this is either going to be absolute genius or it's going to completely ruin the whole thing and go horribly wrong. So, I am... let's see how wet this is. It's not particularly wet. This is my white ink pad, and I'm going to just brush it over the top of this. Let's see how this works. Actually works not too bad. You know what? That worked. If you coloured the flowers in the gold embossed back card, you would get a cloisonné effect. You need to do a layer of white ink first, but it should work. Don't know if I've got time for that. I do like the idea, and it is something that I might try on another card. But for just now, just putting the white on the embossing folder, I think, has made the difference, because now these stand out a lot better. Cloisonné is a very fancy term. Yeah, this is going to work. Let's stick my sentiment down. Tell you what, quick poll, hands up in the chat if you've already got this washi tape and stamps and dies. Because if you have, let's get everyone playing. Let's see your designs and your variations on this. Oh, I know what I need. Black embossing, black foam dimensionals. We have them for a reason, guys. Again, I often forget to use the black ones, but this is the sort of card where this would be perfect. Let's check to see how these are going to fit in. Let's put that there. Yep. When I'm sticking these down, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm sticking down the larger elements first, and then the little ones, I'm doing them so they kind of like tuck in underneath the others. Haven't got it yet, but is it on its way, Karen? Is it something that you're eagerly looking forward to? I'm having so much fun with it. I'm just having so much fun. It is nice crafting. I enjoy crafting and having fun. By the way, anybody who hasn't had a chance to come round and see my new room yet, you totally must. I am loving crafting in my new space. There is something about just having everything where I want it and being organised. For, I have to say, probably the first time in my entire life. People who know me and who have known me for a while, and I know that some of you have known me for a very long time, you know that being organised is not my natural element. But I feel like I have finally got there. Right, what do you think? Quite like it. quite like it. It needs a white card blank on the inside. In fact, let's just do that, because then it's done and it's finished. It'll only take a second. Oops. Come on. And then that little black sprig can go on the bottom as well. And finish the envelope. And then that way I've got 3 completely finished cards with completely finished envelopes, and all the envelopes have been decorated as well. You're so proud of me, Linda, remembering to decorate all my envelopes. There we go. So on the inside, little black and gold decorated envelope. Right, guys, you know what I'm going to say next, don't you? Which is your favourite out of the 3 cards that we've made tonight? So the first one with the strawberry slush and the flirty flamingo, a little something for you. The second one with the berry burst, the Lost Lagoon, and the birch embossing folder. And then the final one with the gold embossed stamps and the birch embossing folder with the white, just to make those bits stand out. Embellish the front of the envelopes. That mostly because I've run out of pieces. I do have a couple of little pieces left, so I could do the front of the envelopes as well. I think it's quite nice doing something on the flap of the envelopes. The strawberry slush is your favourite one, but you love them all. Thanks, Karen. That's sweet. I like them all. I think this one is probably my favourite, the berry burst. Although I do like the gold, and I know Tom will like the black and gold. So, right, guys, that's me for tonight then. You're still in the berry burst as well, Linda. Let me flick back to here to finish. Thank you so much for crafting with me this evening. Apologies for the technical glitch in the middle. And if you're watching this on catch up, I hope you enjoy it. If you are watching this on catch up, there's a part 1. Go back and watch that one. And I shall see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye. Happy crafting.